All right, man. I swear, it's nothing like a big NBA trade. I absolutely love it. We already knew after Rudy Gobert got traded, then Patrick Beverley not even playing a game with them, the Utah Jazz were in full rebuild mode. And with how stacked their picks are right now, with the players they still have on their roster, it's looking phenomenal. Donovan Mitchell, after being in trade conversations with the Knicks, and oh my God, what a sad offseason for them, and Miami, who I was actually hoping he went to, I guess all those big market teams got outbidded by the sneaky Cavaliers. I did not see that coming. Now here's the details if you don't know. Donovan Mitchell has been traded for Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, the rookie from Kansas, Colin Sexton, who I guess agreed to a sign-and trade. Well, he did agree to a sign-and trade, and 3 unprotected first-round picks as well as 3 swaps. Let's unpack all of this. The Cavs now, at least on paper, they're dangerous. I'm not sure if it makes them championship contenders or anything like that initially. I have to see it first, but it definitely made the East much tougher and the road to the finals even more brutal. We can't forget how good and deep the Cavs were last year until injuries essentially ruined their season. Jared Allen ended his season in like early March with a finger injury. And up until that point, the Cavs were in the playoffs as a 6th seed with like a 4-game lead on Toronto for the play-in. Also, this was all without Colin Sexton and Ricky Rubio, who, when he was there, they were comfortably around the 4th, 5th seed. So last year, even with all those injuries, we literally witnessed a team that was in playoff contention throughout the entire season, significantly improved defensively with like the nastiest young front court in the league, and almost like a breakout year for Darius Garland in the absence of Colin Sexton. Before Jared Allen got hurt and prematurely ended his season, the Cavs were the 4th ranked defense with 3 teams who were all top 2 seeds in their conference. Literally, right after he left, they plummeted all the way to the 23rd ranked defense. So yeah, that most definitely hurt. Now looking at this trade from the Cavs side, man, they just had one of the most impressive rebuilds post a megastar like LeBron I've ever seen, and you got to give Kobe Altman his flowers. Colin Sexton being your immediate first-round pick post LeBron wasn't bad, and it clearly helps you in getting Donovan as he's added in the package. Then the next year, you find out Colin isn't really a natural point and it will be hard to build solely around him, and you get the best true point in the following draft who's turned into one of the best playmakers in the league right now. Then in 2020, they draft Isaac Okoro, who's still pretty raw and still polishing his game, especially offensively, but they don't just sit on their draft picks and try to watch them grow like some teams mistakenly do. They're still active in trying to rebuild that roster. They involved themselves in the James Harden Brooklyn trade and stole Jared Allen. How the hell did that happen? Not only did they steal Jared Allen, they secured him on a very manageable contract that ends in 2026. Bro, he's only 24 years old and he's one of the best interior defenders and rim protectors in the league. Like I said, they didn't just sit on those draft picks. They actively rebuilt their roster in the market with their picks. Then Evan Mobley just lands in your lap with that 3rd pick, creating that nasty front court. Again, very impressive. Donovan Mitchell now gets to me like a better version of Utah with a younger, more dynamic point guard he can share those playmaking and ball handling duties with. Also, he goes from playing with the front court of Rudy Gobert and Bojan Bogdanovic to now Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, 2 of them now. Hopefully now, with better pieces offensively, we finally get to see a much more efficient Donovan Mitchell. The Utah Jazz last year, they didn't share the ball well, like at all. When DeJounte Murray joined Atlanta, I showed how happy I was for Trae Young finally being able to alternate between creating for everybody offensively and playing a little bit off ball for once in his career. Last year, Trae Young was 4th in usage percentage, meaning he had the ball in his hands the 4th most in the entire league last year, and the Hawks were 15th in team assist. Well, D. Mitch, he had the ball in his hands the 6th most, only 2 spots under Trae, and the Jazz were at the bottom of the league with team assists, literally with some of the worst teams in the league. Obviously, we'll have to see how smooth they look offensively when they play, but I would assume he will have much better looks, which could make him more dangerous and ultimately a lot more efficient. Donovan is one of the best scorers in the league, especially at only like 6'1", 6'2", but he's been tagged as a volume scorer who's a little inefficient. He's never had a season shooting 45% from the field. He shot the 4th most times per game last year, and his career true shooting percentage is a little under league average. But I think most of that stems literally from the situation he was in. Last year, Donovan took the 9th most contested shots, and he could be better in that area. But I feel like he felt like he had to because of the lack of versatility from Utah's offensive pieces. Now he's paired with Darius Garland, who's a much better shot creator and playmaker than Mike Conley. Karis LeVert can create his own shots. Ricky Rubio can set things up for others. Plus, he has the lob threats of Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. All these factors, to me, can open up Donovan Mitchell's offensive game even more, effectively making him a lot more efficient in the process. Since D. Mitch has been in the league, the most shots per game in the playoffs has literally been Luka Doncic, number 1. We always say he needs more playmaking help. And guess who? Donovan Mitchell, number 2. The Cleveland Cavaliers roster, with the ages they are and the contracts they're on, is now insane. The future is extremely bright for them. The Utah Jazz just entered full rebuild mode, and like I said at the beginning of the video, it's looking phenomenal. Danny Ainge's plan is looking very strategic. It's not like they have this uncompetitive roster that they can't even sell to their fans. They still have legitimate starters on their team right now, plus ample draft picks that can possibly pan out perfect for them in the future. Ultimately, Danny Ainge flipped this duo that clearly couldn't contend in the West, like that was evident over these last 3 years. He flipped that into all these players plus 7 first-round picks in 3 swaps. Bravo. Now, really quickly, the biggest losers in all of this, it's like the normal biggest losers in almost every free agent talk, every big trade talk, everything. The New York Knicks. This whole summer, we've heard 2 names attached to that franchise. Jalen Brunson, who they got, which wasn't life-changing, but that was a solid move. They got him, so that's solid. And Donovan Mitchell, who they let slip to the Cavaliers. Now, reportedly, the Jazz declined an offer of Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, and like 5 first-round picks. I don't know what the situation is with the Knicks, but it seems like every single time a player, even when they want to go there, Donovan Mitchell is from New York, he works out in New York, like every single time they miss out on every big name and they get stuck with almost like this mediocre roster. And once again, it's happening. Let me know in the comments if I'm overreacting when I say this, but I don't think I am. The Cavs just had one of the greatest rebuilds post a megastar like LeBron I've ever seen, especially for a small-ass market like Cleveland. Both teams got what they wanted. The Cavs, they're much better. The Jazz, they continue their rebuild. And once again, the New York Knicks, they miss out. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this trade. I don't think it's a clear winner or loser. Both teams got what they wanted, and one team has completed their rebuild, and one team, they're trending in that direction. Cleveland, they turned LeBron and Kyrie, losing both of them, into 4 possible all-stars, all under the age of 27, all under contract. Like in Cleveland, that's crazy, bro. I'm happy for Cleveland, man. I'm really rooting for them next year. Like I said, man, like the video if you like the video. Follow my social media sites. Do that stuff. I'm God, y'all.